All right, what's up, YouTube? Now this one is very important. This is extremely important. It's very relevant. I've made videos on this in the past, but this is, I believe, one of the main tools that they like to use. This is something that you won't hear about a lot in the news, unfortunately, because you should, because it does pose an extreme threat, an extreme risk to your civil rights. I mean, your privacy and everything. And if we don't know about these things, how are we supposed to protect ourselves? And isn't it our government's job to protect us from known threats? You know what I mean, as far as national security goes. So the fact that you don't hear a lot about this on the news, and that the reason for that, I believe, is because it's one of the main tools that they use, that your government is using to spy on you, or to spy on innocent civilians that they deem are a threat, or they're on the terrorist watch list for one reason or another. But make no mistake about it. Most of the cases are unfounded. They're bullshit. They're fraudulent. It's just all a big scheme. I think it's all for money in the end. But anyway, money and power and control. But this is super important that we all educate ourselves on things like this. Because if the media and your government isn't going to inform you about this, it's important that we inform each other about it. And this isn't a conspiracy theory, I promise you that. This isn't my schizophrenia. This is an absolute threat. This is an absolute legitimate threat that we should all be aware of. It's already been founded. But the sheer scope of it, I don't think has been seen yet. But I believe once we look back on this, that we're going to find out that this is something that this is probably one of the main tools that they have used in order to, for quite a bit of the targeting program, I believe, has this program to thank. So, share this.
What was Pegasus and what significance does it play, and how is it relevant in the world of gang stalking and targeting individuals? Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn, drinks and snacks ready. This is a true story that is anything short of intriguing and may take a moment or two for most of us to truly understand the impact and similarities of what you are seeing. Be sure to stay tuned to the end for a surprising twist and virtual proof that gang stalking and targeting of individuals can and does exist. We are about to explore this true-to-life story of this surveillance software created by a company in the Middle East that, when put into the wrong hands, became a deadly and vicious game of espionage, deception, torture and even death. We bring this story to you, which was originally uncovered by and published via a collaborative effort of several well-respected investigative media outlets worldwide. We believe that this story tells a tale that could very well be a catalyst for the proliferation of the phenomenon of gang stalking and targeting individuals in the 21st century as we know it. Let's be perfectly clear, the gang stalking and targeting of individuals has been around in one form or another for well over 20 years. But, with the recent developments in technology, there has been a devastating surge of activity and ease of implementation. We believe that the Pegasus Project documentary conveys sincere points that may have inadvertently played a critical role in the proliferation of this heinous crime of malicious engineering known as gang stalking, to the extent which we may never know. Decide for yourself.
Yep.
The Pegasus Project highlights the potential for governments and entities to use advanced spyware, like Pegasus, to monitor and surveil individuals, including activists, journalists, dissidents and others, including targeted individuals, without their knowledge or consent. The striking similarities of the tactics depicted in the Pegasus Project documentary are eerily similar to those used in the world of gang stalking and targeting of individuals. It emphasizes the broader issue of surveillance technology's reach and its potential misuse, leading to concerns about privacy, human rights violations, and the need for regulation and oversight in the surveillance industry. As many of you know, gang stalking is organized harassment campaigns involving multiple bad actors fulfilling a variety of roles. Those of us who have or are currently being gang stalked and targeted are subjected to organized, intrusive surveillance, psychological manipulation, and harassment. For this content producer, it is at 15 years and counting. As a targeted individual, our knowledge for the reasons we have been chosen for harassment or surveillance are varied, often attributing our experiences to government agencies or shadowy organizations, and ordinary citizenry who now feel as though they have been empowered to bestow misery and torture upon another for absolutely no valid reason, other than they feel rejected, marginalized, discontent, psychopathic, narcissistic and cowardly, and this is their way of giving back to the world. Those who participate and or support gang stalking and targeting of individuals are people who would rather live vicariously through the pain and sorrow of others rather than take responsibility for their own lives. Take a deep dive into their personality traits or mental health disorder thereof and you will find this to be evident. Below is a brief synopsis of what Pegasus was, including a link to the documentary that chronicles the project's demise. View the video, then decide for yourself whether gang stalking and targeting of individuals is or could be a real occurrence. Whether you've seen the presentation before or not, when you watch the video, pay special attention to part 2 of the documentary at 17.41. This paints a true-to-life, in-your-face scenario of how and why so many participate in this vulgar and decrepit exercise in control and malicious social anarchy. The Pegasus project, named after the notorious spyware tool developed by the Israeli company NSO Group, began as a covert program intended for legitimate surveillance by governments and law enforcement agencies. However, it soon took a dark turn. In July 2021, an international consortium of journalists, including The Washington Post, The Guardian, and others, uncovered the widespread abuse of Pegasus. They received a leaked list of potential targets and discovered that governments were using this tool to infiltrate the digital lives of activists, journalists, and dissidents around the world. The abuse of Pegasus was staggering in its scope. It allowed governments to remotely access victims' smartphones, enabling them to read messages, record calls, and even activate cameras and microphones, thereby unleashing a torrent of anonymous retaliatory acts on unsuspecting and vulnerable individuals in their fight for human rights and social justice. Those targeted included human rights activists, investigative journalists, and political opponents, often living under oppressive regimes. The consequences were devastating, with victims facing covert harassment, imprisonment, or even physical violence and death. The Pegasus project highlighted the chilling reality of state-sponsored surveillance and raised critical questions about the balance between security and individual privacy. As mentioned earlier, the link to the Frontline documentary on Pegasus is in the description and About section. Frontline PBS Pegasus. Again, be sure to stop the video and pay special attention to the timeline starting at part 2 of the documentary at 1741. This is your empirical evidence regarding the more than probable existence of gang stalking and targeting of individuals. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching and God bless.
So, just so everybody realizes, that was not my video. I will go ahead and link this video in the description. And I believe, why don't I just go ahead and link the, I'll link the, here it is, okay. These are the links, for the documentary that they were referring to. Go ahead and check them out. If I don't end up putting the link in the description, I'll put the link for this video in the description. Go to this video, show them your support, and you'll find the links there. But here is the description. So if you need to read that, pause it and read it back. This is from the channel is the Dovetail. Okay, it's I can't believe I haven't run across this channel in the past. They have a lot of good information. Like I said, I stumbled across this here, and I'm just sharing the information as fast as I can here. And this is all within the last 6 months, but they do have a lot of information prior to that as well. So I'll leave this as the last one that I upload today, and then we'll go from there. But I have a feeling I'm gonna be sharing a lot more from this channel. Be good or be good at it. Peace out.